19 years ago, a free newspaper ad brought a gray tabby cat into one family and changed a young girl's life. Today, that girl is all grown up, and she'd give anything to keep him around a little longer. If you stick around, you'll see why their story might make you cry, even though it's not a tragic one, quite the opposite. It started, as the best stories often do, with someone else's idea, because Sunny wasn't supposed to belong to Sophia at all. Her older sister wanted a cat, and they spotted a newspaper ad offering a kitten for free. That's how, one summer 19 years ago, Sunny found his home. But summer's end, sisters go off to college, and somebody has to stay behind and take over cat custody. That somebody was Sophia. She was just a kid back then, but she decided that Sunny was about to become her cat forever. And forever turned out to be a very long time, although to Sophia, it feels like only a moment. Sophia's older sister wasn't the only one who left the house. One sibling after another left for college, and where there used to be noise and chaos, there was suddenly just quiet. Except for Sunny. He didn't leave. He stayed exactly where he was, which happened to be curled up next to the one person who needed him the most. A bond formed in that emptiness, the kind of bond you don't really plan for. You just wake up one day and realize it's the strongest thing in your life. Because this is the cat who grew up with his human. He was there, by Sophia's side, through an entire childhood. Middle school, high school stress, college chaos, the general train wreck of growing up. Sunny was there for all of it, unbothered, unimpressed, and always available for a cuddle. He became less of a pet and more of a witness. The one constant, while literally everything else about growing up kept shifting underneath her. But Sophia can't even remember life without Sunny anymore. She feels like he's always been there, gently helping her through all the challenges of growing up. She cherishes the memories they've made together. The difficult ones when she cried and Sunny's calming presence, as well as the funny ones, because cats have a way of creating countless hilarious moments. And they all have their chunky era. Before health complications entered the picture, Sunny reached a level of roundness that cat owners tend to photograph like it's a museum piece. But all senior pet stories eventually get a little heavier. Sunny is no exception, although he's doing remarkably well for a 19-year-old cat.
So this morning, I took my 19-year-old cat to be assessed for his quality of life, because he's kind of been struggling recently. And honestly, a lot of what the vet said was really optimistic, saying that he's doing really well for his age. And then she turns to him and she goes, "Do you know how much your mom loves you?"
His hearing has mostly checked out to the point where Sophia can walk straight into a room and he won't even notice she's there. He doesn't even care about vacuum cleaners anymore, and we all know how much cats hate the sound of those loud electric beasts. His eyesight isn't much better. These days, greeting him involves a full hand-wave routine, like you're trying to get the attention of someone across a crowded parking lot instead of a cat sitting 3 feet away. Arthritis has made his joints stiff and picky, so cuddling him now means learning the very specific, very particular ways he can be held comfortably, because the old free-for-all snuggling days are behind them. None of that has stopped him from wanting the affection, though. If anything, he wants it more. He still loves being held, loves being loved on, loves that quiet physical closeness that never really needed words to begin with. Every morning now includes a gentle joint massage. Doctor's orders, because that's apparently just part of loving a senior cat. You learn his vet's whole treatment plan by heart. He can't groom himself properly anymore either, so Sophia's taken over that job too, brushing him regularly so his fur doesn't mat. It's one more quiet task added to the growing list of ways she takes care of him now that he can't take care of himself. Then there was the Great Bath incident. Sunny had managed to pee directly onto his own leg while standing in the litter box, a feat of questionable coordination, which meant bath was non-negotiable. It was a hot day, so at least the cool water probably felt nice. And through the indignity of the whole ordeal, he stayed exactly what he's always been. The sweetest, gentlest boy in the house, unbothered even while soaking wet and personally offended. Heavy moments like that leave right alongside the small, ridiculous ones. Like the fact that whenever Sophia grabs herself a midday snack, Sonny gets one too. Not because he necessarily needs it, but because to Sophia, he's just as much a member of the household as she is. So if he wants a snack, he gets a snack. It's a small rule, a silly one even, but it says everything about how this relationship actually works. He may be old, but his appetite is good and he still loves a tasty treat. He also loves spending time outdoors. He absolutely refuses to be an old grandpa who spends his days sitting around the house. And since he has a safe yard to explore or simply take a nap in, that's not a problem. Sonny can enjoy the sunshine whenever he wants if that's what makes him happy. The only problem is that sometimes he insists on going outside when it's raining. Because what kind of cat would he be if he didn't act weird and create a little drama? Of course, Sophia can't just let him sit outside like a furry little weirdo with nowhere to go. The outdoors is good for him, but some days, a warm blanket is the better choice. Underneath all the silliness and sweetness, though, there's a weight that never fully goes away. It's the specific ache of loving someone you know you're going to lose sooner than you're ready to accept. Sophia helps at the local shelter, and one day she happened to see someone surrendering their own senior pet. She can't understand how someone could do such a thing because she knows exactly what that decision means and exactly how much she'd give to never have to make it herself. She has said that she'd give up an arm for more time with Sonny, and most people who've loved an old pet understand exactly what she means. But grief hasn't taken over the story, not yet. What's taken over instead is gratitude. Not everyone gets 19 years with anything, let alone with the one creature who happened to be there for every challenge of growing up, the friend who never needed a single word to understand exactly what you were feeling. He's been the one Sophia has cried and laughed with for almost 2 decades, the one who was simply quietly there through every chapter of her becoming an adult woman. So today, life with Sonny looks a little different than it used to. Slower, softer, full of small adjustments and quiet routines built entirely around his comfort. But it's also full of the same thing it always was, love. This girl and her cat are grateful for every moment they have together for as long as they possibly can.